guys, today I'm going to be doing my May wrap up. Now I know I was wearing this last video, I'm trying to dish out a bunch of videos at once. Anyways, my late May wrap up is here. I read 23 books. Yes, 23 books in the month of May. I don't know if this ever happened before because I don't normally track what I read on Goodreads. Before booktubing, I never really tracked anything that I read on Goodreads, so when I went through these like obsessive periods where I would just read until I was full, basically, I never counted how many books I read. It was just for the pure enjoyment of it. But ever since I've been tracking on Goodreads, it's really surprising to see how many books I actually get through. Now, the Bout of Books started, I want to say, like in the middle of May, and that's when I started, okay, I'm going to start reading the books, and then I just took off from there. Yeah, after the Bout of Books, I just kept on reading. I was getting a lot of really good books. Next thing you know, it's the end of the month, and I've closed it with 23 books. Crazy. So in this wrap-up, instead of telling you the books in the order in which I read them, I'm going to tell you them in the order that I like them. So my least favorite to my most favoritist of favorites. Today, I'm only going to go through books 11 through 23, and then tomorrow I'll do 1 through 10. So there'll be a part 2, and it'll be kind of suspenseful. Ooh, it was my top 10. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. So in the number 23 spot for me has to be Partials by Dan Wells. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I did not finish this book. This book is about a world where engineered organic beings, aka partials, have taken over the world and practically wiped out humans with a virus. And the last known survivors, including our main character, 16-year-old Katie, have all congregated on Long Island. There were too many things going on that just kept throwing me out of the world, and I'm not going to go into them because I think they are major points in the plot and I don't want to spoil it for you. I do know that a lot of people like this, so I did not finish this book, so I gave this book 0 stars, and it hurts me so much to say that. In the number 22 spot definitely goes to Rl by Katie Evans. This is an erotic romance. And it's very intense erotic romance, but you didn't realize when I picked it up. It's about a boxer named Remy and a girl named Brooke. Okay, if you want to talk about insta-love, he becomes obsessive about this main character. While he's boxing, he sees her in a crowd, beats the guy up, and jumps off the ring to chase after her because she's leaving the match early. Yeah, talk about insta-love. This book was just very intense and crazy. Ugh. I ended up giving Rl 2 stars, and I think the only reason I finished it was because I couldn't believe what was going on, and I was just like, really? 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 Yeah, all the way to the end. In the number 21 spot for me has to go to Tall, Dark, and Lonely by Rl Mathewson. This is an independently published book about vampires. It's a very intense adult version of Twilight. That's like the perfect way to sum it up. The whole time I was rolling my eyes, and I gave this book 2 stars. Now, that being said, I did finish the book and I continue to read the series because I love that kind of thing. Yeah, I love some cheesy paranormal romance in my life. And in the 20 spot goes to Without Regret, book 2 by Rl Mathewson. This is the second one in the Sentinel series, and this is about another couple. I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I don't want to ruin the plot for the first one in case you want to read it. I gave Without Regret 3 stars. In the number 19 spot, I have In the Marriage Bed by Laura Lee Gerke. This is the third in her historical romance series. I don't know why I picked up the third one. I was just in the mood for historical romance. Anyways, it's about a couple, Viola and John Hammond. When they first got married, Viola thought John loved her when he was just gold digging the whole time. So they've been separated, but once John found out that his cousin died and he was to be the heir, in order to fulfill his duties, he needs to get back together with his wife and start making them babies. Extremely cheesy. I give this one 3 stars. I really did enjoy it. If you like historical romance, I recommend this author. I'm probably going to continue on with the series. In the number 19 spot, I have Wait For You by J.L. Lynn. Everybody loves this author, but I think that she's okay. This book wasn't extremely memorable for me. It was cute, it was fun. Girl with a troubled past, guy wants to get with girl, but girl just keeps resisting. Yeah, so I gave this one 3 stars. Book number 17 is Suddenly Royal by Nicole Chase, and I got this book because the cover was adorable, and so is the story. It's about an everyday average grad student who finds out that she has royalty in her blood. It's just like Mia Thermopolis. What's that? The princess movies? What is it called? Anyways, there's Princes and Love, and just the cutest story ever. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. If you like contemporary and something nice, light, cute, and fluffy, this is definitely the book. Book number 16 definitely is Heir to the Shadows, the second book in the Black Jewel series by Anne Bishop. I read the first one at the end of April, and I just continued on with the series. I really like it. It's a great fantasy series. If you like paranormal romance, I highly suggest this series. It's a great switch over into fantasy. It's just minus all that, you know, getting it on. I gave this book 4 stars. So after the second book, I continued on with the third book, which is Queen of the Darkness, and I gave this one 4 stars. Really enjoyed it, and right after that I got my hands on The Invisible Ring, which is the 4th book in the series. I think this series was actually meant to be a trilogy, and everybody really just loved it, so she turned it into a 9-book series. This one doesn't continue on with the story, but it was really enjoyable nonetheless, and I gave this one 4 stars. And the number 13 spot goes to Playing for Keeps by Rl Mathewson. This is the first in his Neighbor from Hell series. It's a contemporary / new adult, really great, cute story. It's about a guy who's super vain and thinks he's all that, and the neighbor who's kind of dumpy and doesn't have the greatest self-esteem. Cutest story ever. I gave this one 4 stars. Now if you like contemporary / new adult, this is a really great cute story about a couple, and it's just so much fun. Now it does have some silly and ridiculous moments, but it's super cute, super funny. Highly suggest it. Now in the 12th spot is Perfection by Rl Mathewson. This is the second in the Neighbor from Hell series. Book 1 and book 2 are both rereads for me. It's about another couple. I gave Perfection 4 stars, and I highly recommend it if you like contemporary. Try it. It's really funny and it's very silly. And in spot number 11 is Checkmate by Rl Mathewson. This is the 3rd book in the series. I had to keep reading more. Now this book I haven't read before. It's about a couple. They've known each other since they were very little, and they've teased each other. They've been each other's arch nemesis, played pranks on each other, and now it's them growing up and their story. You'll have to read to find out. I gave this one 3 stars. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow I will do my top 10 books of May. I read a bunch of great books. Some of them have made it to my new favorites of all time. And check out some of the books that I mentioned. I will leave their links to Goodreads below. There are a bunch of great books. Not all of them could be top 10s, but some still really great books. And that's it. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.